Yes, sir. Yo, it's your boy Mambo with the Big Dog Command Room here with a late night edition 12/21, 22, late 21. My eyes playing Jersey. Uh, yeah, late night edition of the Big Dog Command Room. It's your boy Mambo. I just want to thank y'all again just helping me get to 50, and I want to appreciate everybody showing love, man. Like, boosting the video up, and I got 3 more subscribers. Shout out to 51, 52, and 53. Especially, I think his name is Low G something. It's like LOWEG something, and then the numbers. I forgot my laptop, and I don't feel like getting up, but hopefully if I remember the next video, I'm gonna shout out your name correctly. But you know who you talking, you know who I'm talking about. So shout out to you if you was 51, 52, or 53. Either way, I think it was 52. But either way, shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? And first and foremost, all glory to God. I just want to thank God. Being here, being able to make another video, and then the next thing, since if you're still watching this and you didn't click off, like, comment, subscribe, help me get to 75. We're trying to get to 75 first and then 100. If you get to 100, I'm gonna give you another story. I hope you like the story. Comment if you like the story. Like, it's on the 50 subscriber video. It's a little slight story. Like, I got funnier ones and like other ones, very interesting stories. But yeah, and if you subscribe, cause sometimes I don't know if like y'all have y'all accounts private or I just don't get the notifications, but just if you subscribe, just comment like I subscribe, you know what I'm saying, and I'll be able to shout you out, you know what I'm saying, cause who don't want a shout out, yeah. So anyways, what we want to talk about today is some of the prospects that I like from the NFL Combine. Now, I'm no combine expert, and I'm gonna be honest and transparent. And I realized that as I was watching stuff, I don't know what the heck I'm looking at. Like, just because you run a 40 this fast and stuff like that. I know I've always never really been a fan of just looking at somebody because of their 40 and stuff. Because I'm not a fast person. Like, you know what I'm saying. I just always I was just quick, and I just felt like sometimes it's more about your heart, when you play than your talent. And sometimes when you have your talent and heart combined, you get some dogs out there, you know what I'm saying? But but either way, just looking at these drills doesn't prove that somebody is better or not, you know what I'm saying? And I realize that, and I'm not no expert, but it's just like, but sometimes I have a good eye for people. This is just the beginning. And if I look at their tape, maybe I'll be able to determine something more, get a good feel for them. But that's pretty much it. Some of the positions, sorry. But some of the positions I'm going to skip over. I'm sorry. Some of the positions I'm going to skip over because we probably don't need them. Like quarterback, I'm just going to talk about it briefly. You know where we at. You know what I'm saying? We probably not going to trade back, and I'm not going to talk about it like that. You know what I'm saying? And then probably like D line, D tackle. Like we may need, we might draft one, who knows? But I'm just gonna skip over them because I feel like we have decent depth there. I wouldn't be surprised if we got one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And the receivers, none of them really stood out to me too much because I didn't watch like the whole combine, like Louis T or other people that are really interested in. I used to watch the combine as a kid, the whole day, you know what I'm saying. Like I watched the whole time. When I get out of school, I would go right home and watch the thing, But now I'm older and I have a job, so I work and have school and stuff like that, so I don't have time to do that all the time. But I try to just dedicate some time to looking at this, and I'm gonna try to do my best to give y'all some guys to look out for, like that I like, and some of the people that's like other content creators help like and mention, but I like them as well. Yeah, we're gonna get to it. So let's get to it. So we have quarterbacks. How do I want to do it? And mind you, I do all this stuff kind of on the fly. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's never like, oh, let me, So I think I'll do receivers though, just because it's the quick one. Let's start with quarterback though. J.J. McCarthy looked good from what I saw, and they was talking about, Milton, like, throwing the ball. He just sat there and waited and threw it. But you know what we at with it, man. I want Jaden Daniels. And I just want to talk about this briefly, and I'll probably mention it again. You talk about Drake May. We get it. I get it. He has a good arm. He has the strongest arm ever it was created in QB history. But I just feel concerned about, like, his accuracy and stuff like that. And like, everybody talking about what is he doing when he throws, sometimes he has a great game. Sometimes, like, he throws the ball 50 yards over somebody's head. Let's be consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's something about consistency. Consistency definitely is. If it's important in college, it's just as important, if not more, in the league. You know what I'm saying? And it can get amplified, like, because there's smarter off the defenses out there, and smarter coaches that's seen 1,000 Drake Mays, and like, can scheme up something and make him continue to be inaccurate. You can kind of teach accuracy a little bit, but sometimes that's generally just in you. You're just an accurate person, like, accurate quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And Jaden Daniels, as much as people talk about his arm, I think people are sleeping on his arm. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I can find it, there's a throw from him. He's throwing, it's like a hitch or whatever, like an outside hitch to the numbers. And the way he throws it on a rope, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like y'all are sleeping on his arm strength. You know what I'm saying? That's a pretty impressive throw, because it's far from where you're catching the middle of the field to the numbers is as far. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's upfield, don't sleep on him. But I say all that to say, I like Jaden Daniels. Everybody keep complaining about, oh, like, he's so small or whatever. That man can gain 10 pounds, 15 pounds, especially as he get older. He get to 28, he bulked up like, Giannis. I don't know why I thought about an NBA reference, but you remember how Giannis used to be skinny? Now he like swole. He could easily do that. And it's like, if that's all y'all worry about is that him being small, and then, like, you know what I'm saying, and sometimes I will say he do some bonehead runs sometimes. Like, he just take off and run, and I'm like, what are you doing? But I would rather have a dude that can throw the ball well accurately all the time and have some running ability than somebody that can't, like, that's not always accurate and just frustrate us. We already have that. Like, somebody commented on, I think, Rico's Street Scores video. It was like, we got Drake May at home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Meaning Sam Howell. We got Sam Howell. I think that Sam Howell and Drake May are like the same quarterback, basically. Like, just Drake May is taller and he might have a stronger arm. So it's just kind of redundant, and I would rather get some variety in here and Jaden Daniels, and just get some talent. Like, it's just a wild card type dude. Like, and he's a real dude, dog. Like, he a dog. Like, he's how I felt about C.J. Stroud, like, last year. And I didn't really get into draft and stuff like that, like, as far as the quarterbacks. In anything like last year. But I still, sometimes I have feelings about players, and sometimes I'm right about them. Like, and that's how I felt about C.J. Stroud, and this is how I feel about Jaden Daniels. So we don't really need to talk about it, all the quarterbacks, because we're not getting one outside of the top two. So, yeah, or top three or whatever. Wide receivers. Let me go. me see.
To a bank don't.
Wide receivers, the ones that kind of stood out to me, I would say one that Lil T mentioned is Xavier Leggett. Um, him running the 4-3, everybody talking about, oh yeah, like, you know, well he talking about like, oh yeah, if he can go down to the fourth round, he not making the first fourth round. You 6'2" and 230, something like that, bro. You're not making. He's not making it out of the second round, first round. Like I really said second round, but he not making it that far. You know, the only thing is like it's so many receivers, so he might make it, but I doubt it. Like, you know, that's a physical specimen right there. You know what I'm saying? Um, Another player for me was I want to make sure. Like David Washington, I want to say. I want to get it right. Keon Coleman's interesting too, but it's just that, you know, he might get drafted early. And then I may not be. I want to give y'all people realistically that we could get, or just people that catch my eye. Let's see. That's what I like. The receivers didn't really. I don't know. They didn't. I mean, like they're running the 40s. They catch them like you should be able to catch it. Like, you know what I'm saying. But I will tell you. In a minute, I will tell you a group that really like was like my favorite group of looking at, cause just how they was really balling. Like, you know what I'm saying. Adonai Mitchell is very interesting to me. Just from a size standpoint and the speed, running 4.35. Everybody else just, I don't know. Keon Coleman's cool. I like Keon Coleman. I think Jaquan Jackson. I think he played that season when they beat USC in the bowl game and stuff like that. And he was, if that's the same guy, he was cooking, like, you know. So that's a guy we may look out for. Just watching Xavier Leggett, he running 4.39 after running 4.47 the first time. And shout out to Luke McCaffrey, like, you know, Luke McCaffrey beat his brother's combine 40. He had a 4.48, he got a 4.47, so that's cool. Ron Duze is cool. I'm trying to see. I'm looking for Malik Washington. Sorry, I said David Washington. I'm thinking about Denzel Washington. Malik Washington's interesting to me. He's short, but he's fast and he's tough. And I kind of like him, you know, just seeing the quick little shorts of him. I'm still getting to these players. I don't really know everybody. And we'll see how that goes. And then shout out to Xavier Worthy, of course. You know, breaking the combine record. Everybody was cheering for him. It was cool. It's cool to have a crowd there cheering for him and stuff. I remember the combine used to be so quiet and stuff, like it was boring, but now it's becoming better as an event. You know, shout out to him, bro. He was moving, like, especially like it kind of was crazy because the second time he went, like they blew him back. They blew him a whistle because he didn't, like, you know, he, like, sometimes the guy that like starts it or whatever, or make sure they're on the line, for whatever reason he called him back. But the way he got out that start, like that second time around, like before they blew him back, it looked like he was gonna run forward 1.9 or something like that. The way he got out, so who knows how fast he would have ran, like, you know. But shout out to him. That's pretty much it for me as far as the wide receivers. Shout out to my running backs, my dogs. I'm a running back myself, or used to be, whatever. The running backs ran pretty well. They ran fast to me, so I was happy about that. You know, some dudes. Let me see if I got a list. I like Blake Corum, man. I want to say that, like, off the gate. Like, Blake Corum is one of my favorite running backs out here. I just like his game. Like, you know, I like his swag. Like, you know what I'm saying. Even at Michigan, he just dog, you know. Especially that little grill and stuff when he was playing Was it Washington or who they play? Who was the other team? They didn't play Texas. When they played Alabama, but I think it was Alabama. He was just you know, but yeah, Blake Corum's a dog though. Like, you know, I know we're not gonna get him because realistically, who knows? He probably get picked second round, third round. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. Oh, yeah, there's a running back. Like, I like the first dude, not the first dude, what is his name? Trey Benson is interesting. He just looked kind of stiff to me. Like, he ran like, who was that guy? I feel like we already have a running back like that. We already have Brian Robinson. They run the same to me. We don't really need a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's interesting though. Ray Davis, I like the way he runs. You know what I'm saying? I watched a little short clip of him when there was they had Adam Peters like mic'd up and stuff like that, and they had the Senior Bowl. Just a quick clip of him, but I just like the way he kind of got out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I want to kind of look into that. I haven't looked at him. I don't know who he is, and it's interesting because we just got a running back from Kentucky and Rodriguez. So I don't know if we'll get another one from there, but it'll be interesting. But I like the guy. And then Isaac Guerrero, big dude, 6 foot, 221 pounds. Lou's talking about him. Ran a 4.33, I want to say. Let me see. Yeah, 4.33. Nice. You know what I'm saying? Bucky Irvin, that's a dude I want. You know, I think a quick, shifty dude, you know what I'm saying, that we could get, you know, kind of like a Xavier McKinney type dude, or like, you know, just somebody to just change the pace. You know what I'm saying? He not that fast, like, you know, what we want, like a 4.3 guy, but it'll still be kind of cool to get him. I just like Oregon running backs, like you know what I'm saying? Michael James kind of like set the tone for that. I want to see how Dylan Johnson. I feel bad for Dylan Johnson because he from Washington. He never really got a chance to play because he got injured against Texas, and that was kind of my first time hearing about him, knowing about him and stuff. So I wish I would have got a chance to see how he played. I might try to look at his tape later on, you know, or just highlights. I say tape like I'm like be watching 22s and stuff. I'll be watching highlights, but I'm gonna try to check him out just to see how he plays. But he ran a slower 40, 4.68. That's not terrible for a running back. You know what I'm saying? Because running backs not really that fast. Like honestly, compared to like wide receivers or like, you know, cornerbacks or stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he got some. Sometimes they have some running backs and some burners. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Let's see. I'm just kind of scrubbing through these. Marshawn Lloyd was interesting to me. Just a big dude. I don't know. I think they said he catch the ball well. I'm looking at his 40 right now. I think they said he caught the ball well. Come on now. I hate how long it takes to hit under the 40, but he was moving though. 4.46. Interesting to me. That was kind of like the only other dude I want to say. They said Caleb Robinson is good at returning, but I don't know. He didn't really stick out to me. And then Tyrone Tracy is my guy. That's the guy I'm kind of interested in. Let me make sure. I just want because he said something, from what I believe, he said something interesting that like maybe like, you know, kind of be like, I wouldn't mind getting a player like this. But he's 5'11", 209, and you know, he's from Purdue, and he ran He ran a 4.49. So that's great. Yeah. hmm Yeah. So that was like the last that I was found interesting. Um, just to make sure. And they talk about Jalen Wright, but like I don't know. I mean, he ran a 4.44. Jalen Wright ran a 4.44, so that was cool. But the one that stood out to me that I feel like would be cool to get is Tracy. I forgot his name that quick, but the guy I just said. Cause I'm sorry, I don't want to keep scrubbing, cause that's gonna make the video longer. But yeah, I liked him because what they were saying is like a couple years ago he wasn't sure if he was gonna play football. It was for him and stuff like that. But he just like like he tried to just make some decisions to make it like that was best for him. He transferred to Purdue, so I don't know where he was at before, but he transferred to Purdue, gained 15 pounds, and decided to play running back instead of wide receiver. He had a wide receiver background and running back. He did both of those, so he has those background, those traits. And he said somebody inspired him or showed him that he could do it with Jahmyr Gibbs. And guess who helped draft Jahmyr Gibbs? Guess who helped draft Jahmyr Gibbs? Lance Newmark, whatever his name is. Lance Newmark, I want to say. And it'd be cool to have our own little Jahmyr Gibbs in this guy. So that was the one that stood out to me. With him running a 4.49 is like, let's go to get him now. Probably get him in the 4th, 5th round, something like that. And I'll be happy to have him, like, what I'm saying, especially like they were saying that it's a possibility that no running backs go in the 1st round, which I can see, because none of them really stand out like that. It was never really, outside of Blake Corum, there's no real stars. Bucky Irvin, there's no real stars. I would say in the running back room. And I'm not trying to bash my running backs. They's my dogs. I'm just saying, we got other positions where it's like, oh, you can point to this person, you can point to. It's like, yeah, it's not that like that for them. But yeah, those are the guys. Guarino, Tracy, what is his name? Tyrone Tracy, Marshawn Lloyd, Bucky Irvin, Garindo, I said that already, and Ray Davis, and Blake Corum. But I wish we could get Blake Corum, man. I like his swag, bro, like this stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So those are those guys. Next, say, so we did wide receivers, we did running backs. My favorite group. Let me tell you what my favorite group was like watching this, man. The tight ends, I don't know why I like the tight, you just think that's a boring group or whatever, and I didn't really have that many expectations for it, I think I looked at it real quick, I watched probably a couple minutes of it and I exited out of it because I was doing something, and I watched it again tonight, and I'm just like, yo, these dudes was going at it, running good, and blocking good, and going through the gauntlet, you had to catch the ball running up. They did it better than some of the wide receivers. These dudes, some big dudes, and they were catching the ball like crazy, you know what I'm saying? And the first one I was interested in me is Devin Colt, because he ran his 40, and it was a good 40. He ran like a 4. I'm looking at it right now. He ran a 4.47, and I'm just like, interesting, cool, but he caught the ball so well in the gauntlet, and I'm just like, okay, I can see that. I don't remember if they said he blocked well, but I wouldn't mind having it. And the thing I'm most excited about from watching this is that there's a possibility that we can get a really good tight end, you know what I'm saying, a really good one, you know what I'm saying, and I'm excited about that. So it just got me so hyped, and it's like I don't know if we're going to get a tight end because we got Zach Ertz. And let me talk about Zach Ertz real quick. I don't know how to feel about this. Now, if you gave me Zach Ertz 3 years ago, like, you know what I'm saying, before he got injured, before all this, with this coaching staff, like, you know, the same coaching staff with our roster or whatever, like, I'll be happy, you know what I'm saying? But this one, I don't know. I don't know what Zach Ertz we're getting, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's going to be cool to have a veteran in here to teach the young, because I don't think we never had a veteran that specifically played at that position in that tight end room. You know what I'm saying? We had Logan Thomas, but that was it. All our guys are young as a mug. And my favorite tight end now my favorite tight end now that Logan Thomas is gone is John Bates. And I know that sounds crazy. It's just like John Bates. John Bates is consistent. Like, you know, he made a couple drops, I'll say, but as far as like this block, he be knocking people blocks off, and he'll catch sometimes and stuff like that. And he's low key more athletic than people give him credit for. But you know what I'm saying? He's just a solid tight end for us, like, you know what I'm saying. And he's maturing, like, you know, at a good rate. He's gonna be a good veteran for us, like, you know, down the line. You know. But I like Cole Turner, but we haven't seen much of Cole Turner. I want to see more of Cole Turner. You know what I'm saying? And I want Amani Rodgers to get more, but it's just unfortunate he got injured and stuff like that. And there's no telling how we're going to use the tight ends now, like, you know what I'm saying? But with this Zach Ertz thing, it's like, will he be the top Travis Kelce type? I mean, not yards after catch, but just like this crazy like tight end for us. I don't know. He could be. Or it's a crazy possibility, but he could kind of not be on the team when the roster cuts happen. You know what I'm saying? I know it sounds crazy, but that's a possibility. We had a guy like Marcus Kemp from the Chiefs. He was specifically brought here to help, like, you know, with competition and the roster spot and teach the wide receivers the system that Airbnb is trying to bring over. And this is this purpose that Zach Ertz is serving. But also he could also be a good piece for us, like, you know, if he is healthy and he balls out, you know what I'm saying? But you never know. Who knows? Like, you know. So that's that. Sorry that I went on for a tangent. And this video is gonna be long. I apologize, but you know, what y'all expect? You know, I mean, I could break it up, but that's a lot of work. Y'all not doing the work that I'm doing with this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I need to go to sleep. But yeah. So, yeah, Devin Clark was interesting. Theo Johnson, shout out to Rico. He kind of like got me hip to him, like, you know, just recently, who he was. So that was interesting. You know, that's a guy to look out for. My guy that I was like, you know, is Dallin Holker. I think it is. I think it's Dallin. It's it's Dallin. It's Dallin Holker. He's from Colorado State, and like, you know, he kind of got some cool hair. You know what I'm saying? Got the little blonde and bun, man bun and stuff like that. Interesting, but you know, and I didn't think much of him. Like, you know. But then, you know, he had a good catch. Like, you know, then he did the gauntlet, and they showed like the kind of replay of the gauntlet, like how he was going through, and like he thought he was at the end of the drill. He caught the ball, he tucked it, and then there was another ball that came. He was like, all right, I'll catch this one too. Scoop, and then got it. And I'm just like, okay, interesting. I don't know his size, you know what I'm saying, but you know, that's a guy to look out for. You know what I'm saying, a good receiving, you know, tight end that we could possibly look out for. Another guy that I like, he just kind of stood out to me because he just looked like a humongous like giant. Is he's from Arizona. Hold on, Tanner McLaughlin. Yeah, Tanner McLaughlin. And they did him dirty because they did my man's dirty from Florida State. I want to say, because they put his name over Tanner McLaughlin, like, you know, he kind of run me John Bates, but he like kind of like a little like stalkier. I don't know if he's faster than him or not, but like, you know, yeah, like he's just interesting, like, you know what I mean? Like, but all like he caught the gauntlet real well. Like all of these dudes did. Like, you know, even this dude Tip Raymond, like, you know what I'm saying? He looks a little smaller, like a little shorter than the other tight ends. Like, you know, and they said he's 270 pounds. He don't look like it. Like, I think like Tanner McLaughlin is 270 pounds, not him, but he caught it well and he did the gauntlet drill well. Like all of them did. Jatavion Sanders didn't really stand out to me, but I don't think they threw the ball to him bad and stuff like that. And I don't think the combine is the type of place where he can display his talents. Like, you know, he may be better. I haven't never watched his highlights and stuff like that. But like I feel like if I watched him, he probably stands out to me more than he would here. You know, but there were other tight ends that stood out to me that I was impressed with. You know what I'm saying? Like Cade Stover, the way he blocked and stuff was impressive to me. Like, so I'm looking at Dalen Holker. He's from what I've seen, he's not that good of a blocker. You know what I'm saying? But that might just be the bag. Like they just literally just pushing the little bag thing. But this dude Cade Stover pushed the bag about 10 yards down the field. You know what I'm saying? So I'm impressed with that. He did the gauntlet drill well, and like, you know what I'm saying, I was impressed with that. And then another guy, a little bit smaller type dude, like in a kind of like H-back, like, you know, tight end, H-back type body, like, you know what I'm saying, is AJ Barner. You know, I didn't really notice him at Michigan and stuff, but he did drill well, man. I wish I could show you all this. It would take so long for me to show. It would take a lot of time, like, you know what I'm saying. But I'm sorry, I have to watch this again. Like, it's just Devin Karp did it well. They just did so, and he looks fast. Like, he looks like a 4.47. Like, you know what I'm saying. And yeah, man. Trey Knox, like this dude from South Carolina, he looked good. You know, it was some dudes, man. It was some dudes. I can't believe this. Tip Raymond was Tip Raymond was 270, man. I just can't believe it. Yeah, that's pretty much that. Like, you know, if y'all get a chance, man, go look at the best workouts of tight ends for the 2024 Scouting Combine and tell me y'all weren't impressed by that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just, they just stood out so much to me, you know what I'm saying? But I might be really tripping, but it just got me like more hyped than any other position. I watched the stuff and I was just like, you know, same old. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. Some of these dudes are moving, running 4.3s, 4.2s, and stuff like that. That's impressive. Nate, I'm gonna get to that. I was getting ahead of myself, but yeah, you know, I'm not saying that all this stuff that they doing is not impressive, but it's just like, I feel like because of the profile of like a tight end and stuff like that, you don't really expect them to catch that well sometimes, or because of their size or whatever. But it just ate it, like, you know what I'm saying, went crazy on that shit, like, you know what I'm saying. So that's that. So what I did receivers, running backs, tight ends. So we get O-line. That's tough. Like, you know, it's tough to really kind of get a gauge on all of those guys. Definitely gonna dig more into this. There was one guy Dang. So Rosengarten, he ran a 4.9 too. I don't know what he plays, but this guy Tanner Bortolini, like it sound like some tortellini, like some pasta. He ran a 4.94, and he had a mullet. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't want a mullet like on your team? I don't know. He looked like a guard to me, like what I'm saying. But yeah, I think they said he played center though, but he probably played center and guard. And then Frank Crum, like I like his hair. Just shout out to the dude's hair, like what I'm saying. He looked like he probably played tackle or guard. You know what I'm saying? I have no clue, but he ran a 4.94 too, and that was cool. Let me see. There's some guys that got under 5 though. Shout out to the linemen. You know what I'm saying? Now there was a couple when they was doing the little wave drills and stuff like that and pulling. I like Tyler Guyton. That's one of my favorite tackles. But from what I heard, he's like a right tackle. So I mean, I wouldn't be mad getting him. Like we get a solid right side, but we need to get a left tackle though. But I like Tyler Guyton, and I think realistically we can get him. Like what I'm saying. Let's see. Jared Kingston. Let me see. I think it was him. Yeah, I think Jared Kingston. Let me see how he do. I think he was one that stood out to me. Yeah, Jared Kingston. And then yeah, it was him. And then the next one that stood out to me was J.C. Latham. Lou talked about him. Shout out to Lou. He kind of like got me hitting him. This dude is huge, bro. Like this dude is like, and I went to go look him up just real quick. Just look up his name, like, cause sometimes I look up stuff to like look at the highlights later or just see just a kind of quick like assessment of them or like whatever people talking about. And he had like a short. He was talking like he had a chain talking about TK, and it was like where you get that name from. And he was like what did he say? He talked about primetime. He talked about Deion Sanders and like how Deion Sanders like had that name. It's like you can't have that name and not be good. So it's like I decided to come up with the name Trench King. That's what TK stands for, and that's like kind of the mentality I had walking in. And who don't love that? I like what what I'm saying. We need a Trench King on our line, dog. Like what I'm saying. So like this dude is solid. Like what I'm saying. Would like to see. I don't know how fast he is, but I would love to see like how he does. At his pro day and stuff and different stuff like that, and I wouldn't mind having him. Like, this is a guy I feel like probably I'm feeling like he's not well, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, what I'm saying? I would say probably 5th, 6th round, like what I'm saying. But that's me just kind of like conjecturing, like what I'm saying. I'm making up words. Of course, Patrick Paul. You know what I'm saying? I was watching Adam Peters mic'd up and stuff like that. It was pretty cool because Chris Paul came up and talked to Adam Peters while he was at the Senior Bowl because Adam Peters was there talking to, he was up there talking to, him because he was going to go see his brother Patrick Paul who's at Houston and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool, like, moment and stuff like that. Was welcoming him to the city and whatnot, so it was cool. I need to watch some highlights of something like of Patrick Paul. It didn't really have that much because it's really just cut-ups like of people. They're gonna show some like known guys that you know, and then they're gonna show some guys that's kind of unknown and try to highlight them and stuff like that, and people that stood out, of course. But they showed like one drill and that was about it, you know what I'm saying? He's a really tall guy, like, you know what I'm saying? Just long pause, like, he's just real tall, like, But, I like Jackson Power Johnson, but I think he's gonna be like a 1st round pick. This dude is big as a mug. Like he looked like the Hulk. Like the Hulk if he didn't work out and stuff. I don't know. Not saying he don't not in shape, but I'm just what I'm saying. It just like wide back activities. I will say, I was looking at this too. Charles Turner was kind of getting out there. You know what I'm saying? They had these drills where they were like kind of pulling. I like Cedric Van Pran. You know what I'm saying? It's a solid center too. But I don't know. I don't know this stuff. Like I said, like you know what I'm saying. Especially that's probably like lineman is like probably the last type position I know how to like really judge for real, like you know what I'm saying, until like after the fact. If I see them in the league, then I can assess that. But like coming out of college and how they're gonna translate, I don't know. Like you know what I'm saying. Excuse me. Because it's like some of his systems, sometimes it's athleticism. It's like how do you fit into this group? Like are you going to do it? Like Andrew Norwell. If we were going to run all these screens and stuff like that, then we needed these guys that can actually run. This new Andrew Norwell, he wasn't as bad as Trey Turner, but we had some dudes that couldn't even get to the daggone like defenders before before our receiver or running back could get out, like you know what I'm saying. So it was bad. I'm recalling old stuff, but yeah, that was it. So I think that's all the receivers. I mean all the things. Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight ends, lineman. Cool. I think that's everything. Yeah. Tight ends, wide receivers. Quarterback, running back, wide receivers, tight ends, lineman. Yeah. Okay. All right. On to the next one. I want to start with edges. I'm gonna skip D line, like the tight D tackles and stuff like that. Even there was some guys, but we kind of already have people. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So it's like kind of like not saying that we don't need to get depth and replenish, but it's just like I'm just for the sake of the video and just being long. I don't want it to go over. But there was some guys, man. There was some guys. One I'm looking at, because I looked at it like a mock draft, is Braylon Trice, and they mocked him to us. And I watched his tape a little bit. He's interesting. He reminds me of the guy that used to play for us at Howard. Ian White, like shout out to my guy, you know what I'm saying, salute to you, bro. But probably like more athletic version of him, same build though. Dallas Turner is just like a problem, like he's gonna be a problem. Man, he's going in the first round. I'm just naming guys though that was interesting to me because I do like edge rushers though, like you know what I'm saying. And Chop Robinson, I don't think these guys are going to last long. They're not making it to us. I'm just talking about Chop Robinson and Dallas Turner though. Darius Robinson is a very interesting guy. I like him. This dude is a tank though. This dude is swole, like you know what I'm saying, and very interesting. He used to play D tackle and now he plays edge rusher. And if he makes it out of the first round and we kind of have him at 36, I wouldn't mind getting him. But I don't know. It's really kind of up in the air because when you get to those later picks in the first round and at the first picks of the second round, it's like that's kind of hit the sweet spot where it's like you really don't know who is going to get picked. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why this just popped in my head, but I'm thinking about the Cowboys. Like, when they drafted Mozzie Smith, I was like, who is that? I never heard of Mozzie Smith in any, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of crapshoots, like, you know what I'm saying? I was hearing Jack Campbell was going to be drafted in the third round or second round or something like that. And he got drafted in the first round. And he's a good player, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, you don't know outside of those top tens and stuff where it's kind of like solidified. You see the need they need and it matches up. Like it like by the time you get to 15, 16, 17, 18, like all those good players have been snatched up and now you got to figure out, okay, how is my board gonna line up? So it's no telling, but I like Darius Robertson though. Uh, oh, Xavier. Let me see. Um, Muhammad Kamari was interesting. He ran like a 4.66, I think. He ran a 4.58, and that's interesting. That's great for an edge rusher though. Like what I'm saying. Jared versus cool. Xavier Thomas from Clemson kind of stood out to me. Just to his 40, I think he ran a 4.66. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I think he ran a 4.63, and that was interesting to me. Cedric Johnson stood out to me. He just kind of tall, like like quick type dude. He looked like he played linebacker, like outside linebacker, or like just linebacker in general. And he kind of stood out to me when he did like the little drill where they had the two loops and you had to pick up a towel, lean and pick up a towel, put it in the other spot, and lean and pick up the other towel and put it in the other spot. If you watch it, you'll see what I'm talking about. But he was I might end up showing y'all so y'all don't think I'm crazy, but he ran well. I liked him and Kamara, and then let's see, scroll through this. I like Chop though, man. I like Chop. And Darius Robertson, he looked good. He did well getting out of his breaks and stuff like that. Okay, here we go. Let me show y'all this because I don't want y'all to be like, what is he talking about? Alright. See? You see how smooth that was, bro? And he just looks like a dude, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's interesting, the dude Miles Cole from Texas Tech. He looked exactly like the Tyree dude from Texas Tech from last year. They got drafted to the Raiders. Like it looked like they just recruited the same type dude. You know what I'm saying? But he looked straight too. He just I don't know. I just like the other guy more, Cedric Johnson and Cedric Johnson. So Cedric Johnson, Darius Robertson, Muhammad Kamara, and Braylon Trice was my guys. I think Chris Braswell was kind of interested too, and Xavier Thomas was my guy too. But yeah, that was kind of it for the edge rushers. And now, I know I'm probably getting low on time. What's it? Next I want to do is linebackers. Oh my gosh, the linebackers, bro. The linebackers, bro. I would say that was probably outside of like the speeds in the 40s and stuff like that. I'd say that was probably the edge rushers and the linebackers were probably some of the most impressive, like to me, of like just the athleticism. But mainly I'm talking about like Peyton Willis. Dude's crazy, bro. Like definitely had some standouts there. So let me see. So Chris Braswell was okay, ran a 4.6, but of course Adrian Cooper, stands out to me. You know what I'm saying? Just because of all the stuff he can do 4.52. Kalen DeLoach stood out to me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were talking about he could, like, you know, he used to spy in Florida State, and he could cover tight ends and whatnot. And so we need somebody that is athletic and can do stuff like that. So I would love to, I'm interested to see his game and what else he can do. I liked him. Let's see, I think it's Curtis Jacobs. Yeah, Curtis Jacobs from from Penn State. He seemed like a dude to me. I don't know. I don't, and this is just straight off just looks like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, he looked like he's a dog. I have to look up his highlights and stuff like that. But he ran a 4.58, and you know what I'm saying? I just have to check in on that and see how he did. But I mean, shoot, if I'm right, you know, this video, come back to the video and check me out, you know what I'm saying? Curtis Jacobs. Then it was Maurice Liafo. I saw that he had got mocked to us in the mock draft that I saw recently. So I looked him up a little bit. He was pretty athletic, you know what I'm saying? Pretty good. So not bad. That's the guy. I kept saying 4.66. He ran a 4.66. And then Darius Mossau ran well. And there's another guy that kind of drafted to us, or was marked to us. He ran a 4.72. Not that impressive as speed wise, but I heard that he was good. Let me see. Tevin Wallace was interesting too. He ran, I think, a 4.45. I want to say. Let me see. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, Trevor Wallace ran a 4.52, which is good. Like, that is great. Like, for a linebacker, like, you know what I'm saying. You moving. He's from Kentucky, and you know we kind of have like a love-hate relationship with Kentucky. You know, with Jamin Davis, a linebacker from Kentucky, and Jamin Davis, he ran a 4.43, I want to say, and this dude ran like 9 seconds slower than him, like 0.09. 0999 949 seconds slower than him. But yeah, he looked interesting as far as like the build and athleticism. But I don't know if we want to go down that path of getting a linebacker from Kentucky again. You know, but just a guy to look out for, Trevor Wallace, and then of course Peyton Wilson. People, I'm looking at mock drafts and stuff like that, and these are things that are not gospel. These things are not set in stone. But I'm not seeing him in no mock drafts. I'm like, how are y'all not mocking him to somebody? How are y'all not picking this guy up? Like, he just destroyed the combine. Like, this dude ran a 4.43, I want to say. Like, let me look at this thing again. This dude ran a 4.44. Moses Malone 4.44, jumped out the gym, just went crazy, and people talking about, oh, he might go in the third round, second round. I get it because of the injuries and stuff, but and then he really might go there. He might. I feel like at the latest he'll be a second round pick, but I don't see how this dude doesn't get picked in the first round just because he's just a dog. Like how he plays on the field, and then he goes in the combine and does this. Like, how does he not? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't see it. But that's, like, again, I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to figure it out, just like y'all. You know what I'm saying? And if you're watching this far, I want to thank you for watching this, because this is a long video. This might be an hour, 30 minutes, but and I'm sorry for it being that long. But yeah, it's gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? So I did edge rusher, linebackers, then I want to get to DBs, and I think we're gonna be done. I think, yeah, I think we'll be done. So I wanted first to do cornerbacks. Nate Wiggins, first round pick, dog. I want him, but we not gonna get him. It's unfortunate. He ran a 4.29. It's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Off the gate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dude. And then he ran so fast, he pulled a dang groin. Like, it's just like, I ain't never. How you pull your groin, like, running that dang fast? You just get your hamstring. You just like, ugh. But yeah, straight dog. You know, like his game from what I've seen. Yeah. Another name that everybody keeps mentioning is Quinn Wong. I'm saying, nah, let me stop. Quinyon Mitchell, you know, from Tulsa, I want to say. Yeah, Tulsa. Ran a 4.33. And they said it's tape matchup, Senior Bowl matched up, so it's just like, you know, the guy to look out for. I need to look at his highlights and stuff like that, but, you know, from what I've seen, you know, just from the combine and stuff, that he is somebody to look out for and to do. Another person, I think it's a safety. I'm gonna get to it, but let me see. I'm just scrubbing through this real quick. He said Max Milton is good. I was looking at, he kind of stood out to me. Anybody from Penn State is just like, you know, somebody to look out to. You know, Daquan Hardy was seeing his name. And don't forget about King. I think it's Naquan King from Penn State too. You know, I don't think he was at the combine, but you know, he's somebody to look out for too. Kamari Lassiter stood out to me. Somebody that I'm just interested in. I don't even know. I need to look at his stuff. Terrion Arnold stood out to me. He was balling, ran crazy. I think. Yeah, but you know, realistically, he's gonna be drafted in the first round, so it's somebody we can't really get. Marcellus Dye was just skinny as a mug, dog. Like, you know, I'm all for the underdog, undersized guy, but bro was skinny. Yeah, so I think Terrion Arnold was the last guy, and he almost broke his foot trying to do a backflip, spin African, Japanese, like martial art backflip, and almost most of his foot. But yeah, so it was a few guys. It was like the wide receivers. Like, I had to see more. Like, I had to see their game and stuff like that. But I love Nate Wiggins, even though we're not getting him. Quinyon Mitchell, somebody to look out for. Kamari Lassiter, Daquan Hardy, Max Milton. Yeah, I think that was pretty much those guys that I was seeing. And then anybody from Michigan, like anybody from their secondary, like their secondary is great. Let me see. Let me just name you Josh Wallace. Like, I'll keep an eye on him. You know what I'm saying? Just because he went to Michigan, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me see. Oh man, we're almost done. Let me see if because there was the safeties. I think I got other safeties. Safeties that stood out to me. Cameron Kinchins was kind of cool. Sion Vaki was interesting as well. Then it was a guy. His name was hyphenated, and he stood out to me. And mind you, I'm saying all this, I didn't watch the whole combine. I'm just saying it again. I just looked at the best workouts and people that stood out to me. So, you know, somebody might be able to provide you with a better analysis. Uh, his name is Dandrian. That is a crazy name. Dandrian Taylor Demerson. You know what I'm saying? He ran a 4.42 the first time and a 4.41 the second time. And he made it. I just like his game. Like, you know, I mean, you can't really see people's game in the combine, but he was catching stuff, and like, you know, he caught this crazy like shoelace catch, and his hands were good in the gauntlets and stuff like that. And they just kept talking about him and highlighting him and stuff like that. So he kind of stood out to me. So somebody to look out for. Let's see. Again, Cole Bishop. He paid anybody from Utah is crazy, like on defense. So that's a guy. Javon Bullard from Georgia. Let's see. That dude Kalen Bullock from USC. Let's see. And then Miller to Bradford played. He ran a 4.47. What he did? He ran a 4.42. That was good. But yeah, Sion Vaki was good. The Daydream guy. You know, let me show you the catch he made. Yeah, that was tough. And I like the Sion Vaki guy. He get good at his breaks and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Good hips, good high points and stuff like that. I used to play cornerback and with safety too, so that's kind of a love for me as well. Let me see. Kenton Oladapo. I wonder if he's Nigerian or I forget. I'm sorry to all that records. He's definitely African, but I'm trying to remember if that's Ghanaian or Nigerian. I think it's Nigerian, or I think it's Ghanaian. I apologize, but yeah, he just got on my radar because Rico from Street Sports, so you know, gotta look out for Keaton Oladapo, you know. I think Josh Parker stood out to me. Trying to see. Is it Josh Parker? I think Josh Parker stood out to me. Yeah, Cameron Kitchen was like he kept coming up. And they caught the gauntlets pretty well, you know what I'm saying, compared to some wide receivers and stuff too. You know, so they did well. And I think, and shout out to this dude, Jalen Simpson. Like, you know, he played for Auburn, and he did this crazy. Hold on, I'm not even about to gonna just say it. I'm about to show it to y'all. Like, it was just like, I had fun watching this, even though I didn't watch the whole segment and stuff like that. But he about to do this crazy backflip. Hold on, dang, I messed it up. I apologize. But yeah, everybody after they finished every drill, they all ran down to the end zone, and this dude does this crazy backflip. Like, I've never seen a backflip like that. It just took like 10 years to you know, turn over like he was flying off a cliff. Like, you know what I'm saying. But anyways, we finally made it. I'm tired, and this took way too long. But anyways, I thank y'all for sticking around and watching this. Like, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully I can do better. I'm really, I can't say I love the draft and all that, but I can't say that I'm going to give y'all all this draft content, because it's like, really, I have a life. You know what I'm saying. But I just like talking about it, and I like watching this stuff too. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna like, you know, hold y'all to making y'all thinking that I'm some kind of expert with this. I'm just a casual Redskin fan that's overly emotional that wants my team to have some good plays. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, and because I got 53 subscribers, I gotta give y'all what y'all need. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just want to be able to give y'all something like, you know, at least, you know, in the meantime, in between time, before we get to free agency, which is like a day away. I wish it was. It's like Christmas for me, but we're almost there. But yeah, that's pretty much it, dog. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Mambo, the big dog in that room. The next video I'm gonna try to talk about the free agents that I want realistically that we can get. It'll probably kind of be in the same format, but hopefully a little bit shorter, like hopefully 30-40 minutes and not a whole 2 hours. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you made it all the way to the video, y'all are the greatest people ever. You know what I'm saying? And you know, yeah, y'all made it. I appreciate it. Like, you know, and tell your friends to follow your boy Mambo. But yeah, we have 53 subscribers. Help me get to 75. Let me get 54. Is 54 out there? 54, 55, 56, 57, 75. Then go 75 and then skip over all the other numbers straight to 100. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then I give you story time. Like, you know, it just, as soon as it hits 75, it's 76, and then it's gonna be 100. You know, I'm just playing. But I wish it would went that fast. But and I'm just rambling because you can tell I'm tired. It's 1:29 in the morning and I'm delirious. But that's pretty much it, man. Like, comment, subscribe. 54, 55, 56, 57, 75. You know what I'm saying? Till next time, it's your boy Mambo, Big Dog Command Room. Peace, love, and hair grease.